Rob Manfred was the inside favorite. He was Bud Selig's right-hand man. And even though Bud kept saying, I'm not endorsing anybody, it was clear he wanted Rob, he wanted the continuity. What we saw earlier was what seemed a revolt led by Jerry Reinsdorf of the White Sox to have Tom Werner as their candidate, who seemed really more as a protest against Rob Manfred.
Right, and there's no time for protests in baseball anymore because the game is doing pretty well right now, and Rob Manfred was hired basically to carry on what Bud Selig has done because Rob Manfred has been there every step of the way, and you cannot underestimate the last three labor negotiations have been done by him. The fact that he has negotiated basically the drug agreements also. He has been closely involved. He knows all the inner workings of baseball, and this cannot be understated either. He has a great relationship with the union, and if you don't have a great relationship with the union, that's going to lead to problems. And right now, baseball doesn't have a whole lot of problems.
Right. Rob Manfred obviously has had plenty of times in the past where he's butted heads with the union, but the major shift over the course of his time as essentially baseball's lead labor attorney was that at least a level of trust was created. So what owners are being asked was either you can go ahead with Rob Manfred, who's got this relationship, or you go back to the old days when Jerry Reinsdorf and other hardliners wanted to take it right to the union, wanted to break the union, wanted a hard salary cap. It seems like a clear sign that's not how they wanted to go.
Not anymore. The good old days were not so good. Believe me, I was there in 1981, Marvin Miller against Ray Grebe. We don't want to go back there. And 1994 was a mess also. Baseball doesn't want any part of that anymore, and their players don't want any part of that. That became clear in 2002, and when the drug agreement was really strengthened, it was the players saying, we have to do something about this. The constituency of the union has changed, and that's why all of baseball has changed on that level, and this is a great thing for baseball that we've gone 12 years now with labor peace, and Rob Manfred has been right in the middle of that.
I know it's funny. It seemed like there was some contention between the owners of would it be Manfred, could Jerry Reinsdorf block it. Fact is, about 9 hours of deliberation is pretty low in baseball's history of contention between the owners. But Rob Manfred, there are places where he's drawn a hard line. As you said, his two signature areas in baseball have been as a labor negotiator, but also with the joint drug agreement. He was the one who pushed it with baseball, helped get it into place in 2002 in the first place. He was the one who led the biogenesis investigation, which a lot of people thought went way over the line in terms of what a private organization should do. They paid witnesses, they bought documents, they're accused of buying documents that they knew were stolen, even though they deny that they knew that they were. So now that it's going to be Rob Manfred, what is baseball getting?
Well, they're getting a really smart guy to begin with, and a guy who's got a real tough side to him. You may not see that on the outside, but once he gets in that negotiating room, I've been told he can really turn. He can really be tough when he has to be, and here he was on the drug agreement and many other ways.